I remember the day I told my mom that I didn't want to go to my youth group anymore. She asked me why, and I said that Pete, my group leader, makes me do things that I don't want to do, and I don't want to see him anymore. But she didn't understand. She said that I might hurt Pete's feelings. I tried to tell my mom that my youth group leader sexually abused me, but she made me go anyway. It made me think that she was okay with what Pete did. I tried to tell. I didn't know what else to do to make it stop.
For a lot of kids, abuse is the hardest thing they've ever had to talk about. Instead of telling an adult what happened, kids might try to avoid being around the person who abused them without ever saying why. But just saying you don't want to see someone doesn't help the adult understand what happened. Charlie's youth group leader abused him, and even though he tried to tell, he did it in a disguised way. He didn't tell directly about the abuse, so nobody knew what was really going on.
Pete led Truth Finders, our youth group, on Thursday nights, which basically means he played games and hung out like us. Pete told me I was his favorite. After a little while coming to the group, he asked me to start coming before everyone else so we could hang out. It was cool having an older friend like Pete. We'd play games or talk about school or have full-on wrestling matches. But I thought it was weird how Pete touched me when we were alone. But he would go back to normal when everybody else got there. I told my mom that I really didn't like Pete anymore. But she said she thought Pete and I were good friends. Mom kept telling me to hang out with Pete, and I got weirded out because he touched me more and more. One time I got there and Pete didn't have a shirt on. He said it was hot and I should take my shirt off too. He made me lie down on the couch and touch his private parts. I tried telling my mom again. I said that I didn't want to go to Truth Finders, that I didn't like it anymore. It was boring. But she said she wanted me to go because Pete was a good influence. I wanted to tell her more, but I couldn't say the right words. I was so scared and alone. I thought no one cared. My mom wouldn't let me stop seeing Pete. One night, there were other people there already. And I realized that I might not be the only person that Pete abused. I felt like I had to tell someone or I'd fall apart. Carlos was my best friend. I usually tell him everything. But I couldn't make the words come out. I went to Carlos's mom and just started talking. I told her I needed help. I couldn't make my mom understand before. This time, I said that the youth group leader had been touching me and made me touch him. I told her Pete sexually abused me. And she told me that wasn't going to happen anymore.
Charlie was finally able to tell an adult that his group leader abused him and make it stop for good. Even though Charlie tried to tell about his abuse early on, his mom thought he was just avoiding going to his group. If you've been abused and you've decided that you're ready to tell, it's important to tell an adult who you trust. Tell them who did it and what they did. You don't have to tell every detail, but the adult has to understand that you were abused and know who did it. Then they can help make it stop, just like Carlos's mom helped Charlie. When Carlos's mom told Charlie's mom specifically what happened, she was glad that she understood and thanked Charlie for helping her understand.